John, welcome to Ballymena United. Firstly, can you tell us a little bit about how the move to Ballymena came about?
Yeah, well, obviously I took some time away from football in terms of injury and try to rehab myself and improve on myself first and foremost. And then obviously I was in Dubai for a while, and then I went to Australia, and then took up a sign for a team in Australia for a short period to see how my body reacted and how I felt physically. I went there for 6-7 weeks and I felt good, part-time situation. So then I made a decision that I was going to come back and try and play at a good level. Nothing to disrespect to anyone in Australia or anything, but everyone knows how much I love Belfast and Northern Ireland, and it's my home, to be honest with you. So it was between here and Glasgow. I was very close to going back to Glasgow also, but fortunate enough that a lot of clubs gave me an opportunity and put forward their club to give me an opportunity to come back, as I say, and play in the Irish League. And after speaking with Jim and Andy and Chris and the club and the board and listening to the way Jim wanted to put his club and where he believed the club should be. Obviously I didn't get to see much of the league last year, but where he feels with a few additions that he felt from last year, where he felt as if his club could get to, then for me it was a no-brainer. As I said, I had a few other clubs who were interested, and but for me, as I said, I played against Jim. I know what he's like as a character, I know what he's like as a player, and I know the things he demands of people, and that's exactly the way I'm on. As I said, that's the way he wanted and the vision he's seen where his club wanted to be. It was a no-brainer for me.
It's interesting to know that a number of other Irish League clubs were interested in you, and you've come to Ballymena. In the past 18 months, I believe you were with clubs in Gibraltar and Australia. How did you find that experience?
Yeah, obviously I went to Gibraltar. We played in the Gibraltar League with a Spanish-based club. I was fortunate enough to get what I thought at the time was a very good opportunity. I'm not going to lie, financially and football terms. Probably the league was probably a wee bit less than Northern Irish League, but with the same things of two teams of Champions League, Europa Conference and Europa League as well. So it was a good league to go to. As I said, it was a new club who were pushing to be in the right direction, which I felt before. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I've got no hard feelings to the people in Gibraltar. And then obviously, as you said, I went to Australia and I played under a manager who I knew before I went to Australia. He was a friend, he was a close friend of mine, so he went there and he gave me the confidence and he looked after me and let me do what I needed to do and to get 4 or 5 games, as I said, in there and get back to training 2 days a week. When I decided to come back, I knew fine well that I was going to come back to part-time was the best option for me. As I said, then it was up to make the decisions what I wanted to do, and as I said before, after speaking to Jim and Ballymena and the board and stuff, then it was a no-brainer.
You've obviously experienced the Irish League before with Glentoran and Larne. How do you reflect on that initial spell playing here in Northern Ireland?
Well, first of all, when I first came over, it was under Ronnie at Glentoran, and I loved my time at Glentoran. And then Mick McDermott came in, who someone now I'm still really close with, and again, loved my time at Glentoran there under them, but they were not full-time, and I was still in the full-time environment. I was still training back home and flying over and flying back, and it's the only reason I left Glentoran, to be honest. And then when I went to Larne, it was just everything that I wanted again. To be fair, probably the first time in my career since I've been a young boy. Obviously I had a few injuries and whatnot coming through and stuff, but Larne, from the day I got there, from the relationship I had with the manager, the players, the owner, the backroom staff, everyone, it's the first time in a long time. It's probably the happiest I've been in terms of on the pitch and off the pitch. Obviously, I loved my time there. We played amazing football. I've got so much time for Tiernan Lynch and Seamus Lynch and all the backroom staff and even Kenny and stuff. So I've got no hard feelings with them. Obviously, the way that ended is upsetting for myself and obviously for the club, because at the end of the day, the club put a lot into me and invested a lot into me, and I believed when I was there, I gave a lot back to the club. I helped them with certain things, first trophies, first time in Europe, and I believe I knew fine well when I was leaving that we were definitely going to win. We were 1 or 2 signings away from winning the league and doing some serious damage. And obviously when I left, then they went on and done what they'd done, and I've got no hard feelings for that. Love the club, still keep in contact with a lot of the players, still keep in contact with the manager, the backroom staff, Gary, them all, Seamus, Tiernan. So as I said, I'm really fortunate enough looking back on it now. I think I've matured more as a person, stepping away from football, which I had to do for the first time in my life. I've been full time since I've been 16, left school. So it's the first time I've had a break in football my whole life. And I think I've matured, and looking back on it, I've got a lot of ups. Met a lot of good people, and for me, the looking back on my whole Northern Irish experience, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a letdown because of obviously what happened in the end. I let myself down, I let a lot of people down. A lot of people invested, as I said, in me, whether it was Glentoran, even the Glentoran fans who, when I was there, loved me, supported me so much, gave a lot to me. It's the same as the Larne fans, and I loved being part of that, and I loved the experience, the whole town. So, in my point of view, the way I left is very upsetting, because I knew we were onto something really special, but not just because of that, but because of personal off the pitch. I think anyone who knows me knows I wasn't that type of character. I'm not that type of person. I made mistakes. I held my hands up, said I was sorry. I'm still sorry. It's still probably the biggest mistake I've made. To this day, I'm 30 years old. So, in my opinion, it's the biggest mistake I've made, because not only have I let myself down, and my family, obviously, and people who were close to me, and people who gave me a lot of things and put me in the right direction. As I said, people on the pitch and stuff is fine, like that takes care of itself. But people look after you off the pitch. That's more than anything, in my opinion. People are more important than football or anything else. And as I said, I might have lost a lot of things and lost league medals or whatnot if I was still there, but I lost a lot of friends as well. And through silly actions and stupid actions, I said I'm really sorry of it. But I do think, as I said, yeah, looking back on it now, it's a sour taste in my mouth because of that situation. Yeah, it impacted obviously negatively on my career as well, because people now look at me as if I'm a certain type of person. As I said, people who know me know that's not me at all. As I said, whatever I'd done in my career before now or up till that point, it's obviously now got a negative effect because of now there's a label on me and there's a stigma towards me. But as I said, that's fine. I'm big enough and I'm ugly enough to accept that. As I said, I've held my hands up. I said I was sorry, and I'm sorry. But now it's, for me, I'm trying my hardest to put those things aside and show people that people make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, how whatever. People make mistakes, and it's about getting that next opportunity. And I'm just fortunate enough to gym. I've got so much time for gym, and the people at Ballymena here as well, and for giving me that opportunity to come on and to show people that I do have unfinished business here, and that I'm not the type of person that maybe some people do think that I am.
How have you found your discussions with Jim, both before signing and now after signing for the club?
Since I've been here, even since before I came here, when I was still in Melbourne, I was speaking to Jim more or less 2-3 times a week, as well as Andy. And every discussion we had was positive. Obviously, at the time, they were trying to get me over as quick as possible, because obviously the boys were back in pre-season, but there'd be a few things and certain steps and situations that made it comfortable for me to come back in terms of housing and whatnot. So we had to wait on that. For me, as soon as I had the conversations, as I said previously, with Jim and people at the club, I knew this is where I was coming. I had 3-4 conversations. I think it was kind of a knock-on effect when people found out that I was speaking to 1 or 2 clubs, and people really thought, oh, he's coming back, he's willing to give it an all go. And as I said, I did. I'll be honest with you, I spoke to 4 or 5 clubs in the Irish League, 4 of them part-time, 1 full-time. And since I spoke to Jim thoroughly and looked at the ideas that he wanted and where he felt this club wanted to be, where he thinks it should be, and the way the board was pushing and at the end of the day investing in Jim. And as I said, I put against Jim. I know the character he is. I know what he wants. I know his demands, and it's old school, but it's as I said, I'm only 30, but I've kind of have those old school things as well. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I really can't wait. I know obviously it's going to be a lot longer wait for me to get my first game, but I'll be here for the squad. I'll be here for the team. I'll be there every training session, every game, even though I can't play. So as I said, we're all in this together, and since I've been here, the players in the squad are really, really close. And you need something like that. It's not just about on the pitch, it's off the pitch as well. And Jim's built that very big here, and he's got a great bunch of people.
I can sense a determination to almost repay Jim's faith in you and the fact he has given you a second chance here in the Irish League.
For me, looking at the whole situation, what's went on before, and as I said, obviously I come back with this stigma, and people have this idea of the type of person I'm not. Take away the football side, because I don't think anyone's questioning my football ability or whatnot. I think they're questioning me as a person, which is, as I said, I'm willing to stand up. I'm a man. I'm willing to stand up and take that on the chest. I'll take it. I'll take whatever comes my way. But as I said, I'm willing to repay Jim, and I'm eager to repay Jim and Ballymena and the board, and everyone that showed faith in me and gave me this opportunity again to come back and play. So I'm really looking forward to it.
You're obviously serving a ban at the moment. You can maybe tell us when you expect to be back. But where are your fitness levels at the minute, and how do you plan to sort of maintain those levels over the next number of weeks?
We've got to get through that. We've got to get over that. I'll train as hard as I can every day. I'll be around the squad, even training days, match days that I can't be on the pitch with, and I'll be there on the side. As I said, that's what Jim's brought to, since I've been here, he's brought to this squad, this changing room. It's not about 11 players or 18 players, it's about the whole squad. So yes, unfortunately for myself, I've got 10 games to serve, and I believe my first game back is October 5th, so I'm fortunate in a way it's not 3-4 months away, it's only 2 months, you look at it that way. So fitness wise, I'm still a bit off, I'll be honest with you. Obviously the boys have been back longer, but even at that, I've maybe enjoyed my holidays a little bit too much. My holidays have been a bit longer than everyone else. I said I took a break away, so first time in my life I've ever had a break away and refreshed my mind and done what I've had to do and speak to certain people I've had to speak to, and as I said, become a lot cleaner in terms of mindset. So I'm a little bit behind in fitness. That's fine. Jim understands that. Jim knows that. The club know that. But it's something for me. Anyone that knows me, I'm a hard worker. So no matter what happens with me on the pitch, whether I'm playing good or bad, I work hard. I work as hard as I can. And even throughout this time, I've got this 10-game ban. Obviously, I can't be on the pitch, but off the pitch, I'll work extremely hard. I'll do more sessions than anyone else, which I do believe I should do anyway. So it's unfortunate, but I'll be there every step along the way with the whole squad. And yeah.
How much are you looking forward to getting back in the pitch again, particularly in the Irish League again?
People who know me, or people who know me, they know that this is my home. Northern Ireland's my home. Like, I'm Scottish, I'm from Glasgow, which is fine, my family's there. But this is my home. Northern Ireland's my home. The people here are nice. I love them all. They're so friendly. I was walking down Ballymena today, walking down Galgom today, and I met 2-3 people, and they're stopping the car, they're coming out, speaking to me, they're giving me a hug, shaking my hand. It's just the way people are. As I say, people might have a persona of myself and might have a persona of other people as well, but anyone I've met here, they've welcomed me with open arms, and that's in the club and outside the club. So, as I said, I've got a lot of repaying back to do to Ballymena.
And the new season now, it's just a number of days away. When you look around the Ballymena changing room, I'm thinking of the new signings that Jim has made during the summer. Does it give you a sense of optimism heading into the new campaign?
I think now people from the outside can look at it whatever way, obviously they're going to look at it, but I can tell you how I feel from being in the change room, looking around the change room. So I've played here before, I know the players that are here. Even before I came here, I knew the players who were at Ballymena. I didn't pay much attention last year in the Northern Irish League, which is fine, but I know the players here, and then when I know I'm signing, then I look more into it, and then I can see the players are signing, and then since I've been back, I can see the other players, and I've been in the change room now. Obviously, I trained on Tuesday for the first day, so I've been here a week, and you're really excited. Like, I'm not even playing the first game in 2 weeks' time, and I can't wait. So I can only understand how the fans are going to feel. But from being in the change room and being out on the pitch on Tuesday, I've done my first training session on Tuesday. It's exciting. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of positions to be up for grabs. Obviously, people are going to look at the marquee signings, whatever they want to call them. But there's a lot of good young players there. There's a lot of good hungry players there as well, who might not be the big name in the squad or the team, but that's the exciting part. I think we've got a very, very exciting squad, a very exciting team. But with that, you've got to be able to take the pressure. You've got to be able to handle the pressure. And now that's what Jim's brought here. Obviously, I know last year they just won the playoff to stay up, but that's not where Ballymena will be this year. And as soon as we understand that as a change room, as quickly we understand that, as quickly we get over the pressure and play without fear, play with pressure, then I think you'll see the best of us.